Okay, so today we'll discuss about marketing mix. So the first question is, what is marketing mix? What do you understand by marketing mix?
Ma'am, 4 P's
Four
of
P's,
marketing
ma'am.
while you are like
Product, price, place,
And
promotion.
for service, it's
Companies
7
plays
P.
around this 4 P's and
ma'am, in case there are services
One by
that
one,
we
one by
need to
one.
sell.
Just to tell me your name first and then yeah, so that I remember what all you
Ma'am,
said.
Kartikeya, ma'am. Product, price, place, promotion.
Okay, Kartikeya, anything else you want to add?
ma'am, it's a marketing strategy around which a company's plays. Like the company changes its changes accordingly the according to the objective of the company. They play around these 4 P's.
Natalie, this
One more
side,
thing,
I would
okay?
say it's the foundation model for any business.
The foundation
Ma'am,
model.
one more thing. They
Mhm.
will change according with the environment. Like talking about today's scenario, they are changing with the today's condition
Ma'am, a company
and
has to
try to change it.
play around these four components to be in a market.
Ma'am, actually,
Yeah,
if the company deals in products, then the company has to go for the 4 P's in order to introduce its product in the market. And while a company is into services, then the company would be considering 7 P's, wherein the 3 P's would be people, process, and physical evidence.
Physical evidence.
okay.
Ma'am, marketing mix is about how we utilize product, price, place, promotion in order to achieve our target goal. Like in order to like be in market, like increase our market share or our brand image, anything. It can be
Ma'am,
related to it.
marketing
Ma'am, it
mix
is
is one of
totally
the
customer oriented.
yes, ma'am. Marketing mix is one of the strategy how a brand promotes themselves. If it's a product, then 4 P's will be considered, and if it's a service, then 3 mix are also added over it.
And all the 4 P are interdependent on each other.
They are interdependent on each other. Okay. Like,
Ma'am, if there is any product, then there it should be a price, and there should be a place where like a market where we want to launch it, and where what is the
Mhm.
market of our product, and what type of promotion mix we will use to promote that product.
And ma'am,
Okay.
in case a company is going for repositioning its brand, then it has to again change the marketing mix, modulate the marketing mix of the
Ma'am,
company.
Company is thinking of
Repositioning. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so based on the positioning, like you said,
Yes,
it's
ma'am. And
interdependent.
ma'am, behind there's a lot of marketing research and like different managements are there to like to go for the product, price, place, promotion, people, process, physical evidence thing. So this is how the marketing mix is like made for the company.
Ma'am, it's a tactic, ma'am. It's a tactical move in which a company plays around these all 4 P's. और ये मैम change होता रहता है. It is not strict
It is something that keeps on changing
according to the environment.
according to the environment, according
External
to
environment, internal
changes,
environment.
according to the metrics or maybe data that you are getting or maybe consumer behavior.
Yes, ma'am. According to change in buying behavior of customer, like in the COVID times.
Quite specific.
Yeah, in the COVID times, exactly. Like, it's not more of kirana shops or,
Yes, ma'am.
supermarkets. It's
And now
Ma'am, it is quite
Amazon.
specific in
And
nature.
ma'am, one thing more.
Company cannot be quite generic about that. For example, a particular product would
Sorry,
be,
one by one. Yes.
ma'am, it's quite specific in nature, as one company cannot be a very cannot have a particular generic strategy about a product, because it may be target to a niche market and the product is such specified that it is only promoted to a niche market, and the pricing may also be high. So taking a generic approach won't be successful for a long run.
Ma'am, it also
What is the
depends.
product, the pricing should match, and similarly, where you are selling this product, that also depends.
Ma'am, in case you are selling a product in a rural area, for example, Chick shampoo, then you don't have to consider 4 P's. You go on 4 A's, that is adaptability, affordability, availability, and awareness, which are like somewhat related to the product, because
Yeah.
Rural, it is a part of rural market.
Adaptability is of the product, affordability is means in sense of price, and availability is for place, whereas awareness is for the promotion.
It's a part of rural marketing, ma'am.
Yes. So, yeah.
Ma'am, it also the 4Ps also depends on the resources the company has.
It depends on the resources that a company has. Okay. And anything more you want to elaborate on that? It depends on the resources that a company has. So obviously, you know, you can always go for TV advertisement, but you don't have that money. So why you can't go for that kind of channel? Okay. The kind of product that you have, maybe there is a demand for a high technology product, but you don't have, as a company, don't have the resources to launch that kind of a product or bring that kind of product innovation. So yes, companies, you know, based on the resources, it's struck based on these resources as well. So marketing mix has been in use since several decades, and like you suggested, it has like 4 components, that is product, price, promotion, and place. And these 4 variables are used to design marketing strategies. So can you tell me anything regarding price or anything regarding product? What kind of marketing strategies or promotion, place?
And product should be like that. The benefit, the feature of the product will be the benefit of the customer, and what is the customer requirement, so that feature of the product will fulfill the requirement of the customer.
That feature, just one second.
Yes,
the feature of the product. Okay, we have done something regarding this product also. Remember something regarding segmentation? Anything that you can mention? Yeah. Bharat, yes, tell me.
According to me, the product should be basically the easy and easily compatible with the consumer. Only then will consumer will prefer that product. It should be according to its convenience. Basically, if a product will be complicated for the consumer will stop buying that specific product. For that, the product manager or the other manager used to do proper segmentation according to the needs of the consumer.
Okay. Yeah, segmentation. Okay, I am taking one point here. One is segmentation. For example, you can do segmentation and see which, you know, this product will be used by which segment of the customers. Okay, and somebody mentioned about product features, and you know, when companies launch cars or companies launch you know, new products such as laptops, there are so many features involved in it. Okay, key. For example, this much of battery size, this much of RAM, this much of storage capacity, okay, and whether it should have all other features. So there's a kind of a trade-off that comes, and basically on product features. Do you know anything regarding conjoint analysis?
No, ma'am.
You don't know. Okay, I'll cover that later. Okay, and what are the other points that you wanted to tell regarding product?
Ma'am, it not only confined to features of the product, it should also deliver the value to the customers.
Should also deliver value to the customer. So can't we mention that isn't in price, consumer surplus, or maybe, you know, marketing strategies we talked about, like price bundling?
Yes, ma'am.
And then, you know, that consumer surplus, what value they are deriving from it. Yes, Bharat.
Ma'am, regarding the conjoint analysis, they basically go through the thought process of the consumer. What is the thought process for the consumer for buying a specific product? They used to go for that analysis, and regarding that, they basically target the customer.
Yeah, basically, which it's more of like, you know, you run logistic regression on, you know, different features, and then you see, okay, these are the segments who are, you know, going for this kind of trade-off. They will go for these many features. You know, they weigh battery life more than, say,
And basically, rather than
price,
more on camera, they basically focus on the battery life of the.
yeah, or camera, yeah, all these features. Yeah, that's kind of a conjoint analysis you can do to understand, you know, in this product, what are the important features for this segment or
And ma'am, one more thing, we compare our product to our competitor, which is existing in the market.
yeah, we'll do that also. Yes, competitor analysis is another thing which is like very, very important. You always benchmark the progress with your competitors. You benchmark it with your, you know, previous year sales or, you know, previous month sales also, but you also benchmark it with your close competitors. So, for example, in market research also, you know, we always show the competitors, what is the data for competitors that is coming, how we are performing with respect to our competitors. We do benchmark with competitors, we benchmark with our, you know, previous year data also. So yes, I'll come on this later. Okay, product price, something regarding place. What is place? And what kind of marketing strategies or changes they can see, like what kind of data, what kind of analysis.
Identify the target market where.
But what is place? What do you understand by place?
My place means target market means where my product will be. My demand of the product will be more.
And distribution channels.
Basically, distribution channel. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Distribution.
So distribution channel can be like whether you are selling it
wholesaler to retailer, distributor, all
different omni channels, ma'am, basically.
Wholesaler or retailer or kirana shops. These are different kind of distribution channels.
E-commerce websites.
Yeah, or you are selling it on through website. So all these distribution channels. So that is place. So what is this? Price, place, product, and promotion. So what kind of data, what kind of, you know, strategy we can take by using this promotion data? We have already covered this.
Promotion mix, advertising,
advertisement mix. Whether what do you mean by advertisement mix?
No, advertisement promotion mix. There are 4 elements of promotion mix: advertising, sales promotion, personal selling, and one more.
हाँ, but अगर सिर्फ advertisement mix के बारे में बात करें, let's talk just advertisement mix. Okay, promotion. There are different things. Let's talk about advertisement mix. Advertisement mix में क्या होगा? How you are advertising? What all channels you are advertising? For example,
traditional or
traditional. It could be TV ads. Yeah.
Yes, TV, newspaper.
Ma'am, it's whether it would be ATL activity or BTL or TTL activity.
Above the line, below the line, yeah.
And through the line.
Yeah, direct marketing, yes. Or in advertisement, whether it's TV ads, whether you are going through traditional media or you are going, you know, through online ads. Remember, I gave you one question on this in your exam also. There was this regression, whether TV ads, they should go buy TV ads or whether they should invest, if they have like 1,000 rupees, whether they should go buy TV ads or whether they should go buy online ads. And through beta value, you can check which is, you know, impacting the sales more. And that kind of analysis one can do through these 4 Ps, through these variables. So in the long term, all 4 variables can be changed. Like some of you mentioned that they are like changing. They are not stationary. They are something that can be changed based on the situation of the market. And so all 4 variables can be changed by the business firms to suit that strategy. But in the short term, only few of them can be tweaked. So which you know, variables do you feel are the ones that can't be changed in short term? In product, price, place, promotion, distribution.
Product.
It can't be changed.
And product.
And product, yes. So these are the two things. These are like difficult to change, or it will take time. It's not because there are resources, you know, whether the organization, whether the company has the resources to bring that kind of a product, and the distribution channel is also like, you know, a very wide thing, and it is not something that one can change over time, like in a short term. Okay, so in the long term, all 4 of the mixed variables can be changed, but in the short term, it is difficult to modify the product or the distribution channel. So you also talked about service sector, that there's another set of variables that got added to this marketing mix, that is people, physical evidence, and process. Anything more you want to add here regarding the marketing mix variables of the service sector?
Service sector.
Yes, regarding the service sector. Yes, regarding this people, physical evidence, process. So for service sector such as, yeah.
We can go for after sales service.
After sales services, how they are doing. Basically various parameters. Basically after sales service, what is the satisfaction? And you know, this consumer satisfaction index and all, you can calculate that.
And also, ma'am, we can take the consumer review regarding the service which are being provided.
You can take consumer review, basically the recommendation. You can check for the recommendation, and you can calculate NPS scores also based on that. Do you know what is the CSI, DSI, consumer satisfaction index, dealer satisfaction index? You just ask the consumers what is the satisfaction, and then multiply it by the ratings, by the weights, and this is some kind of analysis you can do. You can check this later, customer satisfaction index and net promoter score. Do you know anything about net promoter score? Detractors, promoters, pacifiers?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
So just you have to just ask on a scale of 1 to 10, how much, you know, and then you give a scale that whether you will recommend this product or not. Once a customer has used a product, okay, and you can ask this question that whether he will recommend it to others or not, and then you get, you know, all those who scores 9 and 10, they become your promoters, and then you can calculate the percentage, how many are promoters. So detractors and pacifiers. So company try to get, you know, more and more promoters. Those who are, you know, ranking at 9 and 10, those who are saying that they will definitely recommend this product to others. So that is what net promoter scores give us. Okay. So that was on service sector, that basically you can ask for satisfaction, you can calculate these scores, these indices, all these things. And you talk about people, physical evidence, and process. These 3 metrics also gets added when you are talking about not just product, but also the service cues, you know, those physical cues that gets added. So what is marketing mix model? On these 4 parameters regarding promotion, regarding product, what kind of questions you can answer using the data? So marketing mix model, why we are doing this is to understand how managers can use marketing mix models to guide their decision making. Okay, so you can run multivariate regression on sales, or, you know, basically to optimize advertising mix, promotional tactics, all these things you can do. Advertising one should go for, whether one should go for TV ads or one should go for online ads. That could be a kind of a marketing mix, and how much they should spend on these different advertisement options. you can optimize it using this marketing mix modeling. And you can use regression analysis. Like I said, I gave you that question in your midterm also. So what is the, what is the effect of TV ads on sales, say? Or, excuse me, what is the effect of online ads on sales? So through these metrics, you can understand that whether how much a company should spend on TV ads, how much a company should spend on online ads. So that kind of a marketing you can optimize, and you can also check your promotional tactics. Basically, we did one exercise on sales promotion also. Do you remember? We checked return on investment.
Yes, ma'am.
So whether you to go for that promotion or not, because there was like, okay, on that month the sales were increasing, but what was the lag? There was a waiting period, and then there was stockpiling. So there was dip in previous month and the day and the month after the promotion. So what was the total ROI? So all those things you can do to optimize your promotions and advertisements, all these things. So how you do this, you use statistical technique like regression, and you check the effectiveness and efficiency. Effectiveness is in terms of the volume of sales generated, and efficiency as in the amount you have spent and the revenue that you are getting, basically the ROI. And these learning are then adopted to adjust marketing tactics. So what marketing tactics you will follow? If it is high ROI, then you will go for those kind of promotion schemes or not. And if it is not, then maybe go with other options available. So this is how you make your marketing plan, and you also forecast your sales. Yeah, Bharat, tell me.
I want to ask, ma'am, using of this marketing will basically help us to identify these are the top products which we can basically promote, or it is basically forecasting the sales of the future, that in this way you should plan a product, in this way we should launch a product.
Not forecasting, plan the product, how you can plan your advertisement and promotions, optimizing advertising mix and promotional tactics. Products में क्या features होने चाहिए, that is something that the conjoint analysis kind of thing or segmentation can give you. So marketing mix modeling, it's like more of optimizing, and you optimize by checking more of advertisement or promotion wala data. Yes.
Basically making our promotion and advertisement more effective and more enhancing our sales.
Yes, exactly. And then you make these future predictions also. कि इतनी sales होगी, and then after 12 months this much will be the sale, this much we can spend. And do you know there is this marketing budget that a company keep aside every financial year? They have like 5% or 10% amount that will go to this marketing budget. So all these things are, taken into account, and accordingly company make a marketing budget. Okay, we will spend this much in promotion, we will spend this much on advertisement, and if we are doing advertisement, then in these channels, and how to optimize that so that we spend कम से कम पैसे में how much you can get, the maximum amount, the maximum sales that you can convert, the maximum revenue or profit you can generate. All these things, optimizing about all these things. Okay, so we have already talked about regression in sales promotion. We have talked about regression in advertisement. So I feel that you will be able to understand that, how we can use regression to get an idea about the future sales. How we can use regression to understand whether to go for online ads or whether to go for TV advertisement. Basically, कैसे देखते हैं regression में?
मैम सेल्स प्रमोशन का जैसे करहा जूस वाली केस स्टडी थी मैम, उसके थ्रू मैम हो सकता है कि प्राइस बढ़ाने पे वो कितना कस्टमर, how many customers are buying that product, what is the effect of particular price, or how much should we spend on pricing. of the advertisement.
एडवर्टीजमेंट वाले में क्या
Independent or dependent variable.
हाँ, yeah, exactly. इंडिपेंडेंट और डिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल, डिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल पे कितना चेंज आ रहा था, बेसिकली जो तुम्हारे सेल्स के नंबर्स थे वो कितने इंक्रीज हो रहे थे, डिक्रीज हो रहे थे, एडवर्टीजमेंट पे जो स्पेंडिंग हो रही थी उससे क्या इफेक्ट आ रहा था एडवर्टीजमेंट से एंड प्राइस से. सो that was like one way to check it through regression. We did something on sales promotion also, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Sales promotion में हमने क्या किया था? We checked ROI, yeah.
Same.
Yeah, we checked return on investment, that if we were, giving $1 coupon and then how much revenue we were getting. We were taking into account that waiting period, the dip in previous month sales and the month after the promotion, and how much increase we were getting in the same month, and we were then checking the return on investment. So the output what are the various applications? So output can be used to analyze the impact of the marketing elements on various dimensions, like I said, online ad or TV ads, contribution of each element as a percentage of total plotted year on year. That is more of a trend. That is how effective it is. And yearly change in contribution. That is what the percentage of change in total sales attributed to each of the elements. Other than that, what else we can do? We can check the incremental gain in sales. We can check the return on investment, and this is how we can optimize the marketing budget. So these are the typically what we discussed is that what is the contribution by marketing activity. Basically the beta value you can check. The beta value kiski zyada high hai, and then you can make you can check per unit increase in promotion or per unit increase in say TV ads से मेरे sales पे क्या impact आ रहा है. So contribution by marketing activity, what is the return on investment, how effective that marketing activity is. So do you know anything about campaign evaluation? What is campaign evaluation, reach and recall? Campaign evaluation? How a particular campaign is doing? I'll discuss a little bit about that also. Okay, so optimal distribution of expense is the same, learnings on how to execute each activity better. So elements measured in marketing mix model. So we'll check the base and incremental volume, how we can use these models in media and advertising, in trade promotions, in pricing, in distribution, in new product launches, and in competition. So there are two components in marketing mix modeling when you decompose the sales. One is base sales and one is incremental sales. Can you think about base sales? What is this base sales? क्या होती है ये base sales? What is incremental sales?
Ma'am, sales on the daily basis.
Ma'am,
sales on the daily basis.
On the normal launch of the product, the basic sales which is used to take, and the incremental sales can be, ma'am, due to the advertisement and different mediums like promotion, discounts that increase in the amount of the sales.
And sales which increase due to the advertisement or by the promotion.
That is incremental basis. And what is base sale? Without advertisement and promotions.
Yes.
So base sales के numbers देख के हमें क्या समझ में आता है? Is it like something which can give you other kind of insights? Incremental sales तो okay समझ में आ गया. Advertisement का कितना effective है, promotion चलाया, and then you get these incremental sales. But when you are not running these advertisements, when you are not running these promotion or these things, तो जो base sales होती है वो तुम्हें क्या बताती है? What kind of insight these base sales are telling you?
Ma'am, whether that product will survive in future or not, whether people will consume it or not.
Whether it will survive in future or not, whether people will consume it or not. Is it more of like kind of like advertisement or short-term promotion kind of thing that's bringing in sale, or the product itself is like good enough that people are actually buying it and they don't go for advertisement and promotion? Maybe the product quality is so good that the base sales are already good. So let's see what do we mean by base sales. This is a natural demand of the product driven by economic factors like pricing, long-term trends, seasonality, and also quantitative factors like brand awareness and brand loyalty. Already brand awareness और brand loyalty इतनी ज़्यादा है कि अगर promotion होता है okay वो increment होगा, but base sales ही already product की बहुत ज़्यादा है. Can you think of any brands like that? कि जिसका promotion होता है तो okay हल्का फुल्का फर्क पड़ता है, but they have like very high brand awareness, they have very high brand loyalty. So it's ज़्यादा
I'm like Pringles, we can take that example. When the discount is given on the Pringles, people used to buy more. Rather than there is a brand loyalty, the consumer who prefer Pringles, they used to buy Pringles, whether it is for 50 rupees or whether it is for 99.
Okay. Other than that, other than Pringles,
Apple iPhones.
Sorry?
iPhones.
iPhones, yeah. People are like so loyal to Apple that yeah.
Yes,
although they always promote it, they are not promoting as in they are not discounting it, but kind of massive advertisement is there. But yes, brand
they're launching different campaigns, like they have recently launched a campaign of shot on iPhone to promote their photography.
Yeah, that is that is the campaign. Okay.
Products of Louis Vuitton, ma'am.
Louis Vuitton.
Yes, ma'am, because the company doesn't give a discount, and in case the products are there which are not sold, so they don't give the products on sale. They just dump the products or burn them.
Yeah, they just burn them because they don't want the brand image to.
The brand image, ma'am, is too high, ma'am, and people are like very loyal. Though there is a very niche, they have created a very niche market, but the people are very loyal.
Right. So that is about the base sales, or maybe in shoes category, maybe Bata. People they have like good brand loyalty, not the millennials like you, but yes, people who are old age and they have like very good brand loyalty with this brand, and they are like they feel that this is something which is like of the product is really good. So you always see the base sales numbers are quite high, and the incremental sales like you already know it's advertisements or it's promotions, short-term returns like coupons and all, or longer term TV, radio, these advertisements. So this is the breakup basically. This, for example, this is the base sale and this is the incremental sales. And then in incremental sales, there are many other things, the advertisements and promotion, all these things. So the base grows or declines across longer period of time, while the activities generating the incremental value is in the short run. So base sales जो आपकी increase होगी या decrease होगी, it will happen over longer periods of time. कि brand awareness या brand loyalty that will saw a decline in longer period, and that's why that will translate into dip in sales in longer periods. Whereas the short term periods like promotion और sales से अगर ऐसा हो रहा है कि तुम्हारी sales बहुत ज़्यादा बढ़ जा रही है, for example अगर ये base pricing है और तुम्हारा incremental, अगर मैं reverse कर दूँ, इसे incremental कर दूँ और इसमें base कर दूँ, so what will you say about that product? Will that product be better or the first product would be better?
First product will be better. Incremental sales से मैम हम लोग के expenses बढ़ जाएंगे मैम, आगे चल के मैम वो फ्यूचर में सर्वाइव नहीं करेंगे.
Yes, फ्यूचर में सर्वाइव नहीं करेंगे. एक तो तुम प्रमोशन के लिए, एडवर्टीजमेंट के लिए you are spending. Also it tells you about the brand loyalty कि brand loyalty है नहीं, that's why the previous product की base sales बहुत ही कम है. Okay, so this is the difference between base sales and incremental sales. Next is media and advertising. So the sales generated by individual media like television, magazine, online media, display ads. ये भी check कर सकते हैं. And the next thing is that you can also check individual advertising campaigns. Okay, so this kind of thing happens like every week. Every week, if there is a new ad, for example, in telecom industry, every week there's new ad, and then you check every week, you check what is the recall. what is the reach. So do you know what is reach, what is recall? Reach क्या होता है, recall क्या होता है, campaign effectiveness कैसे check करते हैं?
रीच एग्जैक्टली मैम आई एम नॉट कंफर्म, पर लेकिन ये होता है कि मतलब उस एडवर्टीजमेंट ने स्पेसिफिकली कितने टारगेट को इफेक्ट हुआ है। एंड मैम रिकॉल वही होता है कि बाद में आगे चल के वही स्पेसिफिक एडवर्टीजमेंट उसी कंज्यूमर्स को वापस रिकॉल कर रही है कि नहीं कर रही है। Maybe I'm not sure.
Yeah, kind of that only. So reach is basically तुम्हारे कितने target audience को वो ad दिखा, visible. Gross rating points, I'll come on that. And recall is you ask this question, can you recall this ad was for which brand? Can you recall what was the key message in this ad? Okay, these are the two questions that you ask to check the effectiveness of a campaign. Okay, जैसे सर्फ एक्सेल का कैंपेन था दाग अच्छे, या जियो का कैंपेन था जियो धन धनाधन, something like that. Okay, or if Airtel is coming up with the campaign almost every week, Airtel Stream or something. So these are the various campaigns. So individual advertisement campaigns कैसे क्या impact है उनका reach के regarding what is the impact, what is the recall of these campaigns. So you can check that also. And another thing is that you can check the sales impact by individual media. Yes, Bharat.
These campaign can be individually of a brand when like recently मैम लेज ने कोलैबोरेट किया एयरटेल के साथ रिगार्डिंग द डेटा स्कीम। तो मैम कैंपेन दोनों पे भी मतलब दो ब्रांड्स को भी कंबाइन कर सकती है ये।
किसका लेज ने कोलैबोरेट किया किसके साथ?
मैम एयरटेल के साथ दे आर प्रोवाइडिंग फ्रॉम विद अ स्पेसिफिक पैक ऑफ लेज दे आर प्रोवाइडिंग 2 GB एडिशनल डेटा।
हाँ, so what we do is we show that clip and we ask कि अगर एयरटेल के लिए लेज वाले भी कर सकते हैं, लेज कैन ऑल्सो शो द सेम एड बिकॉज इट्स अ कोलैबोरेशन बिटवीन लेज एंड एयरटेल। एंड हाउ वी आस्क क्वेश्चन इज लाइक वी जस्ट शो दैट क्लिप एंड मास्क द ब्रांड्स। तो जो
बेसिकली जो कैंपेन उन्होंने स्टार्ट किया वो दो लाइन में जा रही है, रादर देन फोकसिंग ऑन द स्पेसिफिक ब्रांड दे आर फोकसिंग ऑन द बोथ द ब्रांड्स।
So key message, whatever the key message is, if even if it is like दो brands का, but whether they are able, तुम campaign की effectiveness check कर रहे हो, ये तुम सिर्फ brand की नहीं, और तुम्हें अपने brand की list में ये भी recall में सिर्फ लेज नहीं तुम एयरटेल भी रख सकते हो, and then you can say लेज and एयरटेल, and then you can ask and check कि लेज ज्यादा recall कर रहे हैं लोग या एयरटेल recall कर रहे हैं या लेज and एयरटेल दोनों ही recall कर रहे हैं ये। But obviously if it is for Airtel then it is something it's kind of ये insight भी तुम दे सकते हो। And what is the key message that you can see that they can recall? So this is how you can check the campaign effectiveness. So तुम दोनों options डाल सकते हो उसमें, लेज का भी and Airtel का भी, and you can check individual और combine किसकी ज्यादा reach है, किसका ज्यादा recall है। For example कई बार ना कोई सारे कुछ ऐसे brands होते हैं जो पेरेंट ब्रांड्स का भी नाम लेके चलते हैं। फॉर एग्जाम्पल there was this brand Relaxo Hawaii and maybe it changed the name then. Okay, so कहीं पर वो Relaxo use करके, for example this is a parent brand, and somewhere for some products they use this, and some products they will just use this only brand name and not the parent brand name. And then you check which name is garnering more recall, कि parent brand ज़्यादा important है या फिर वो इसकी भी recall ज़्यादा है। But you can do different kind of studies for that. This is more of like kind of a positioning के लिए कि parent brand का नाम रखें या नहीं रखें। So this was on media and advertisement. After that, so there's something called GRPs. What is GRPs? What is this gross rating points? So gross rating point is nothing, just the kind of impressions, the number of impressions that your advertisement is garnering or your promotion is garnering. So So it tells you about, you know, the effectiveness कि कितने लोगों तक वो तुम्हारा advertisement गया. That is kind of a, you know, you check it by cost per 1,000 impressions. If it is quoted by like that, it is not cost per click. If I talk about web advertising, it's not cost per click, but it is like cost per impression. So what is the purpose of GRP? This is again a measure. It is used to measure the impression in relation to the number of people in the target. कि तुम्हारे target में कितने लोगों के पास reach हुआ या वो वाला जो impressions है वो आया. And then you can calculate the GRP percentage. For example, it's calculated by summing the ratings. So what is the average rating for a television program, for example, and how many times it is placed. And this is how you get the GRPs. Okay, so for example, GRP can also be related to measures of reception of the ad campaign. So अगर एक ad campaign है which results in 50% of the target seeing the advertisement and 3 times on average, so that is the 150 is the GRPs, the times, you know, that has been bombarded on the target audience. That is basically the GRPs. Okay, and after that there is trade promotion. So trade promotion is nothing.
Excuse me. Hello.
Yes.
Ma'am,
Yes.
can you please like explain GRP again?
So GRP is number of impressions. So what is your target audience and how many times do they see that advertisement? More of like reach. So you say that कि अच्छा मेरे target audience 100 है और उनमें से reach या GRPs for example 70 लोगों ने ये देखा. Okay, so you say that 70% is my reach or 70% is my GRP, and if it is like number of times भी है अगर, then you just multiply it. Okay, this is GRPs. And फिर एक और point बता देती हूँ. Then after that you ask for the recall. So first you reach कैसे पूछते हो आप? You ask, have you ever seen this ad? And then in recall you can ask about the key messages that you remember that was shown in this ad, and the brand, if you can remember which this ad was for which brand. This is how you check recall, and this is how you check reach. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
So this was a concept for GRP, that is reach and recall. So coming to trade promotion, like trade promotion कौन सी activities है? Like sales promotion, everyday low price करें, off shelf display करें. We discussed this about in sales promotion also कि trade promotions में क्या क्या options होते हैं कि they can display your products in store. So what is the effect of that? How much, you know, sales it's bringing in? So that kind of decisions you can take. What is the incremental volumes? You know, volume wise, what is the sales that is generated by promotion even? So these kinds of things. Other than that is pricing. Pricing we have already discussed, that a percentage change in sales se kitna percentage change price se. We discussed demand curve, right? Demand curve mein humne we discussed about linear curve, we discussed about power curve. So basically kya price elasticity hai, what is the change in sales by the change in price. These things you can see. Distribution, again, whether to go with the what kind of channel or store type one should go with. So for example, a laundry brand, there's this example. They saw this in incremental volume through 1% if they go through Kirana store. Okay, compared to the supermarket. So कौन से channel के through is better to go? The distribution channel you should go for. That is one kind of thing you can do. Launching, new product launch. What is the effectiveness? What is the ROI? Like we checked in advertisement when there was this new product launch. Kya sales ho rahi hai? What is the impact in sales? And then of course competition, because you have to see what competition is doing, or you are benchmarking with the competition. So to identify the biggest threat, And if if a competition is cross selling something or cross promoting anything, so can you bring in that model in your company also? Can you mimic the competition? So these are the things that you can do through marketing mix modeling. So that was all on marketing mix. We can so on Wednesday there will be group project meetings, and on Thursday we'll have one more round of this group project. Whoever we decided we are going to present on Thursday. Just send me your presentation a day before. Okay. All right.
Okay,
So
ma'am.
that was all. Thank you.